What is up, guy? You've got the Oracle there back for round 2 with this Esper deck with a bunch of flyer. Definitely want to play first, and my hand is just great. I mean, all the colored mana I need, as well as a 2-drop, a 3-drop, another 2-drop, and a good flyer. It is just very good overall. And the opponent just mulled to 6 and put a card on the bottom. Alright. Should I play Cleric or Entangler first? That's interesting. We are playing another green deck apparently. Drawing a 4th land was decent for me. I feel like playing that first and start to attacking is just better. Because if my opponent plays a 2-drop of his own, I'd rather trade these than trade my Cleric. Crawler, sure. Creep of the Royal. I will not. Actually, I could Grip of the Royal, the Crawler. Don't think it's a great play though. I think I'd rather just attack, play my Protector, and most likely the curve I'm looking forward to make is turn 4 Salt Harvester and turn 5 Cleric and Grip. We'll see what happens though. The way I'm playing it is not the most aggressive, but I feel it is the most efficient in terms of mana usage. So we're playing another green-black colorless deck. That's interesting, to say the least. I can deal with the first big threat with Grip of the roll, but after that I might have a bit of trouble. Anyway, we do an Evolving Wild. Does it change things or not? So I could attack with both creature, and then if the opponent blocks here, I can Grip of the Roll that, and we trade, and that's fine. If he takes the damage, I can play Salt Harvester. I feel fine attacking. I think attacking with the mana I have access to means that the opponent is not very likely to block. Not sure how much he needs the Warden. If he needs it a lot, he is certainly not blocking. If he doesn't need it, he might block. We'll see we'll see what happens. But since this has prowess, I would assume that if the opponent makes a block, it's likely to be here. We'll see what happens. He might just take 3 damages too, which is fine with me. And worst case scenario, if he blocks there, well, I can Grip that and we trade. But I guess I'll deal 3 there, which is very good news for me. And now I'll just play my Salt Harvester, basically. Of a red mana, because it is sweeter. And the opponent is at 15. I have a flyer, a few creature. That Alpha Protector is not looking great though. This is the reason I don't like those cards too much. In some matchup they are decent, but when you are playing a green deck, for example, this just looks ridiculously weak. As the opponent plays a 6-drop Pathfinder. Alright. Guess I will Grip that thing. I drew a Sphinx though. So it is interesting. I could play Cleric, Grip that. Yeah, I think it is the best play. Anyway, I will not be able to cast the Sphinx anyway, so I might as well do that. Sure, that seems fine. And attack for 6 actually. Cast with Surge on the Pathfinder. That card is so great. The fact that you draw a card of it makes it so much better than most of these effects. I drew a Vampire, which is sweet. I would not complain about more flyers, given that my opponent goes to 9 there, and that he has a decent amount of ground creature basically. Sure, and I guess I'll fetch a white, cause the only spell that I cannot cast right now are my double white spell. I can cast pretty much anything else. So yeah, that's gonna be a plains that's gonna get fetched at the end of my opponent's turn. And let's see what he does. I think I'm in a decent spot. He will need to find a way to deal with my flyer. I have a bit of ground power too. I can start getting a bit of light as well as pinging him off the cleric. So yeah, things just looks quite fine so far. I'm not really threatened by anything. And even if it starts attacking me, since I have the cleric, feel like he's gonna have a hard time racing me. So he really needs to find a way to deal with my flyer. Otherwise, he will just die slowly to them, I would guess. Alright. As the opponent is now thinking, most likely. Yeah, as I said, overall, I don't think that things should go too bad. You know, my opponent has access to a lot of mana, so things could change up quite drastically and quite fast, but we'll see what happens. Science Summoner is not threatening at all, so I don't care about that too much. And Harvester Troll is fine. I guess it provides me with my opponent with more attacking power. That aside, I don't care about that too much. It also lesser his ability to have mana available. We'll see how it goes, but I think that I'm fine there. Don't think I should attack with everything to try to get 1 damage of the protector. That doesn't seem great. Especially since I can get that damage of the cleric. The question is, should I play Jor Isle Avenger first or Cliffhaven Vampire first? I don't think it changes anything. In both cases, I cannot kill my opponent next turn, and in both cases, I can gain life of the priest anyway. Because if I do that, the opponent goes to 6. Then I attack. They go to 2. If I do that, I can just yeah. I guess I'll actually. The upside of casting Vampire first is that if I draw a cheap spell, I can surge that, as this does not have surge. So yeah, I think that playing the Vampire first is actually a better play. But as I said, it doesn't change my clock in the end. So yeah, it doesn't change much. The opponent has decent attackers there, but since I have the cleric and I'm at 20, I don't feel too threatened right now. I have also a few chump blockers, and my opponent doesn't have access to a whole lot of mana. So yeah, I just feel quite fine now. Guess I'll take 9 here, go to 11, then get back to 13. We'll see what the opponent does. Uprising. Well, that's actually fine. Guess you traded a 2 mana card for my Entangler. I didn't, I wasn't planning on chump blocking yet anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, and I would. It doesn't change if I chump block 4 power now or later on, so this just doesn't seem very good for my opponent to do. Maybe they just don't have much better to do though. If he wants to use that ability, that's fine. I will not block that. I don't want to block that. I will not block that, so feel free to do that. Feel free to use it again. It's great for me. The plays my opponent made seemed a bit weird. Maybe he just doesn't have much else to do. So yeah, I guess I'll take 9 there, which, you know, doesn't matter a whole lot. I'll tap that. Put my opponent down to 6, and actually I have lethal, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I do have lethal. That was a sweet top deck. Don't think I really needed it, but yeah, it was sweet. So I guess I'll use it there. I can mill something too, which is okay. Forest doesn't give me a whole lot of informations. Alright, and that should be game basically. Since the opponent will go to 1, could also have give unblockable to that, I guess. In the end, it doesn't really matter anyway. Alright, so that's gonna be game, and Flyers have proven to be quite good so far. So we're playing another green black deck, but my opponent deck seems quite weak. I mean, I've seen only fairly mediocre spells. I don't have a lot to side in. If the opponent proves to be very slow and we get to game 3 and I'm on a play, I might side in the spectrum, pretty much as I mentioned last match. Gift of Tusk could be interesting if the opponent has some really threatening and big end creature. That aside, I don't think I want to splash. I mean, I don't think I want to side in anything just right now. The medic could be an option if I'm playing a really aggressive deck, but looking at what the opponent did, I don't feel like this is gonna be needed right now. Unfortunately, I have a 1 spell in my hand there. A 1 speller. I guess you often heard about 1 lander, but 1 speller is not sure that you can say that. Anyway, I will not keep that. It is there is just too many lands. As this hand is much better. Quite happy to keep it. And Entangler is a sweet card to draw. Should I play the Sandstone Bridge first and make sure I can... I think I should, because since I have a 2, 3, 4 and 5, I kind of want to cast my spells on the curve and not wait. So yeah, I will do that. As the opponent plays a Fertile Thicket, which is fine. Guess we'll get a bit of information about what he is up to. Might get a Swamp there, or maybe just nothing. Alright. As I guess I will play this Entangler first, and keep the Vestige in case I need double white for Isolation Zone. That could be an example. Anyway, I'm just gonna curve out there, and be happy about it. Guess I can attack first. It's not very likely that the opponent does something, but if he has a card like Vile Redeemer, which is a 3/3 flash costing 3, I'd rather have the ability to activate Prowess. Anyway, let's play that Sight Master. Is it a Sight Master? Yes, it is. As the opponent is likely to play something there. Warden, that's a really slow start though. My opponent deck seems very slow. Anyway, if he wants to block, I'm fine trading my Entangler for that and losing a bit of time by using Anticipate now. If it don't block, it is fine too. Given the fact that it did not match so far, he might not block. It blocks actually, okay, sure. I guess I'll Anticipate then. I think I'll take Grasp. I could use a removal spell. Sure. I lost a bit of tempo there by not playing the 2/4, but on the other hand, you know, I'm just fine. Dealing 3, killing that ward. I mean, making that trade between my Tangler and that Warden. It seems just like a fine trade to make for me. and there was a bit of chance that the opponent also did not want to block, in which case I could have basically I could have had everything I needed. But he seems to be playing a lot of those wardens, so I would assume he doesn't need them too much. By the way, that card is quite bad in my opinion. Same with the crawler. If you want fixing, you should just... Okay, he has a trick there. Well, that's risky on my opponent part to play like that, because I could very well have something and completely destroy them. Unfortunately, this is sorcery, so I could not keep that available. So I guess he's gonna kill my Sight Master, but you know, that's fine. Anyway, there's not a whole lot of thing I could have done about that. I guess I'll play the glider now. You know, I could have taken the sweep away, and that would have helped me beating that thing, but I just feel like Demon's Grasp is better. I just want to be able to deal with my opponent if he plays something like, I don't know, any type of 5-5, 6-5, 5-4. There are a bunch of big and I mean of top and big green creature that I would that I kind of need to deal with. So it is fine. I mean, my vigilant attacker is just beating his because I'm flying. I just like my spot there. I have a good removal, a bit of power. The opponent already lost 5 life, so things are not going too badly for me. If he finds something big off the Seek the Wild, unless it is extremely big, I should be able to deal with it with Grasp. It's at least 2 threats, and or if you removal to do things there. I don't feel too threatened. Pathfinder is a good thing to Demon's Grasp. Also, now that he used the vines, it is more likely that I can, you know, kill that and not get blown back by a trick. Anyway, Cleric was a decent top deck. Nothing crazy, but a decent one. I guess I'll play that, and my vampire basically, and I'm likely to just grasp that Pathfinder next turn. And yep, guess I'll just attack with those and not use the ability. On the other hand, by I guess this has vigilance anyway, so I don't really need to keep things back. It's interesting. I can either gain 2 and deal 1, or deal 2. I get a bit more of value by gaining life, but I still think that I'd rather attack, given my opponent is at a low, not low, but he's dying. On the other hand, he's at an odd HP number, so attacking with both each turn doesn't matter too much. Overall, I'm not sure how much it changes things. Anyway, I'm definitely killing that now that the opponent is tapped out. I don't think it is likely that he can do something with just a colorless. So that's gonna get Demon Grasp. This is not an ally, unfortunately. And I still have the same question. Guess for now I will just attack with that. Then I can put the opponent down to 10 on my turn, and after that I might start attack with both. But it doesn't even change the clock too much. Yeah. Overall, I don't think it matters a whole lot. Not sure. It's hard to tell if it is more important for me to have life than him having less life. Yeah, things would be different if my opponent were at 12 last turn. I would definitely attack with both to make sure I have a 3-turn clock. but now I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it changed a whole lot of things. Alright, that's quite good. I guess I'll use that then. Not a whole lot of things I can do about that. Sure. Alright. I have the glare for the troll at least, so I'm not too threatened. And I still have my glider that's gonna be able to attack and provide me with blocker. Okay, sure, Isle Avenger is not bad. Guess I'll play the Avenger first. And I'll clear that later on. I don't mind taking 4 next turn to match. My opponent could be at 7. That would put him down to 2 next turn, which means that if he takes damages next turn and then draws a removal or a blocker, the 1 damage I missed could matter. Not sure, it was not an easy call. Given that I was at 20, it seemed like I could just attack with my creatures. It's interesting, it's interesting. Anyway, I guess my War Cleric is gonna die there. Not a whole lot of things I can do about that. Yeah, that's gonna be a dead Cleric. Cliffhaven Vampire, alright, well. That was not a bad top deck at all. So I guess the opponent is going down to 8 there. 3, not 8. Would have it matter if it were at, if he or she were at 2? Probably, since I have a better chance at killing them. So maybe I should have attacked with both Glider and Vampire earlier on. Not yeah, that was an interesting call. Yeah, maybe it was just the right play, and might, depending on what the opponent might have done, it could have mattered. Not sure. Anyway, these games went quite well for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you guys for the finals.